Hi, this is Mr. Cordes, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about Web Off the Word for our short story, The Necklace. We've gone through this story. We understand Mademoiselle. We know who she is as a person, as a character, and we're going to take some of those theme words and begin to conduct a Web Off the Word. So as you remember from our previous novel, when you conduct a web off the word, you look at those major words and come up with other words or phrases. By doing this, we kind of extend our vocabulary so that we are able to not repeat ourselves. We can say things in new and different ways. And so it really gives us the opportunity to expand our vocabulary, work on our writing skills, and kind of understand a deeper level to our story. So looking here, ladies and gentlemen, at the assignment itself, this is actually a question that's being posed to the class, and you guys can comment back and forth with each other to elaborate on these words. If you use a thesaurus, that's totally cool. If you come up with a general idea or definition, that's cool too. The one thing that we always want to stay clear of is examples. You don't want to give examples of the item. So for Of Mice and Men, there was loneliness. You wouldn't necessarily put down Candy, Crooks, or Curly's wife because, yes, they are lonely and they're examples of loneliness, but they're not another word for loneliness. Okay. So looking here, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 theme words for The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. The 3 words that we have are selfish, greed, and pride. Now, all of these have different meanings. Selfish and greed kind of go next to each other, but they kind of vary off in how you interpret them, and even in the definitions, they're slightly different. Here's what we're going to do as you conduct this activity. If you would, for me, please, go on over and open up a brand new Word document. We are going to click over here to Insert Table. We've got 3 words that we're going to deal with, but let's go down maybe 5 other boxes, okay? So at any point during this video, please pause and fill in the blanks where you need to. If for whatever reason, actually, no. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, this grid is going to be a part of your brainstorming as we construct our body paragraphs in the upcoming days. So first thing, let's on this top row put our 3 words. We had selfish, greed, and pride. Okay, so I'm going to put selfish, greed, and pride, or maybe prideful if you would like to do that. Okay. To make it look pretty, I'm going to center these. My alignment, I'm going to center those. I'm even going to make it bold so that I completely know what's going on. Now, for some of us, before we can come up with other words or phrases, we almost need a definition of the word and what that word means, okay? So you need a proper definition. Will you please take a moment, pull up dictionary.com. I just spelled dictionary instead of definition. Did you see that? Take a moment, pull up dictionary.com, and I want you to find a definition for these words and place them into each appropriate box. I'm going to go like this. Prideful. Mademoiselle is very prideful about who she is. And so maybe pride comes off a little bit different, like you're proud of something versus I'm prideful, which almost has a negative connotation to it. Okay. Please take a moment, pause the video, and go ahead and find definitions for these 3 words. Now that you've paused and you have definitions, what I'd like to do in this next box is conduct our web off the word. Okay. This is where we're going to come up with other words or phrases for these. Let's see, copy. Other words and phrases for these 3 words. Okay. So maybe another word for selfish is self-absorbed. Another word for selfish or phrase could be only thinking of yourself. Okay. Even though these seem very elementary in style, it's going to help us because instead of saying Mademoiselle is selfish, Mademoiselle is selfish, Mademoiselle is selfish, We get to say, Mademoiselle only thinks about herself. Mademoiselle is so self-absorbed that she ignores her husband. We get to expand our vocabulary. We get to elaborate on our analysis for literature. So greed, wanting more. Maybe that's part of our word list. Okay. Prideful. What does it mean to be prideful in a negative sense, right? Mademoiselle doesn't even apologize. She doesn't even take responsibility. She doesn't acknowledge her wrong. She's very prideful, trying to keep that stance, right? If you take a moment, go ahead and fill in as many words and phrases as you can for here. If you want to use thesaurus.com, that's fine. However, you don't want to select words from the thesaurus, and not know what they mean. Okay, don't write down a word and then you not know how to use it in a sentence. So please take a moment, write down those. You can pause the video. And now that you have filled out all of these components, okay, what I'd like you to do is, as you head back over here and you put in your responses, identify what other people have said. And if there's a word or a phrase that they put down that you don't have, I want you to come back over here and update your list. Okay. So the more words, the more phrases, the easier it is to do our writing. A lot of times students just say, oh, I don't know what to write about. And that's because they haven't poured out their thoughts. We need to take our thoughts out of our mind, gather them together, and look at them so that we can piece everything together. Okay. So at this point, head on back to the Google Classroom, to the Web Off the Word assignment for today, and pull out additional words or phrases that your classmates have said. Okay. You have added in your answers. You've given some words or phrases for each of those. Awesome. Okay. Now your goal is to make a cumulative list here. Okay. Now for this, taking a look at our notes, just like we did for Of Mice and Men, we are going to move into the idea of textual evidence, which is going to be another lesson later. So you see here that we still have two spots. Okay. Actually, I should have made another column, but that's fine. What we're going to do is these boxes are going to be places for textual evidence. So right now, before we move on, and this is going to be an activity for later, so you don't have to do this now, you're going to find textual evidence for each of these. So you're going to find a piece of textual evidence when Mademoiselle was selfish. You're going to find a piece of textual evidence for when she was greedy. You're going to find a piece of textual evidence for when she is prideful. Okay. So we're going to add those in. So right now, you just have these two spaces filled out. You've got your definition, you've got your word. You're going to hold on to this because you need to fill it in for the textual evidence coming up in another lesson. We're going to be sharing these. So head back over to your story, find where it is. I'd also suggest putting down the page number as well. That will help you. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, you've got a definition for those words, for those theme words, and then you also have a web off the word. Okay, we're going to use this for our writing, and I will tell you right now, you are selecting 2 of these theme words to write about. So last time we wrote about one theme, which was loneliness. Now you're writing about 2 theme words using the same character. So Mademoiselle is selfish and greedy. Mademoiselle is prideful and selfish. You are going to select 2. However, you do have all of these filled out right now, the highlighted ones right here in front of you for our next lesson. Okay. Well done. Catch you when we do textual evidence. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks so much.